So in today's video, I fancied a little bit of local photography, emphasis on photography rather than landscape photography. I don't want to niche down on that too much. I want to go out with my OM system, OM5, with the hit pack, fancy free, and yeah, just enjoy a little bit of photography. Now, before we get into anything, I want to say a massive thank you to Valorette for sponsoring today's video. Now, as photographers, again, emphasis on photographers, not just landscape photographers, we all know the difficulty of being out in cold conditions and trying to use your camera gear. And this is where Valorette's wonderful photography gloves come in. And what I will say is it is such a pleasure and an honor to collaborate with this company because I genuinely believe their gloves are so good. So if you've never heard of them, Valorette make photography gloves specifically for photography, and they've got these wonderful little flip caps that flip down, and they've got little magnets there, look, so you can get full dexterity of your camera basically. Look, as I get it out, so you can use a touch screen, and critically you don't have to take your gloves off and you can still press all your buttons, again use your touch screen, everything, and it makes it so much easier when you're out in cold conditions. Now, these gloves that I'm wearing today are the Valorette Dukes, and I mean, it's very subjective, isn't it? But I would say these are the best looking pair that Valorette offer. And it's really important that I mention that. You know, I want you to know that they've got all different types, all different models, different looks. But what's really important is they can suit different temperatures. You know, they've got gloves that'll suit really deep winter if it's snowing and it's freezing cold. Today it's about 7 or 8 degrees. It's not overly cold, but my hands would get cold without gloves. So these are ideal, you know, more for a sort of a light winter. Valorette have also been kind enough to give me a free shipping code to pass on to use. So head over to photographygloves.com. I'll leave a link down in the video description below, and make sure to use the offer code Henry to get that free shipping. But genuinely, I can't express enough how well made these are, and I feel 100% confident that you'll be delighted with the build quality and everything of these when you get them. They are so good, and they keep your hands warm. But yeah, go and check on the website. They've got all different types, and another huge thank you to them. Love working with them for supporting my channel and my photography and everything that I do. Cheers, Valorette. Freaking hell, I've gone the wrong way already. Gone the wrong way. This is a local area. I should know where I'm going, but I'm going down a few paths that I've never really been down. And yeah, getting on to today's adventure, really, I feel like ever since I first picked up a camera, I've always needed these kind of days, these kind of outings with my camera, where, to put it simply, I release myself of all pressure and all care of the photography itself, which likely sounds really contradictory, doesn't it? We want to go out and take good photographs, but for me, the more I go to really beautiful, epic places, the more I'm thinking, have I got any good photographs today? The more that pressure builds up, and it becomes almost like an expectation then, or a goal, you know, of I must get good photographs every time that I go out. And these little adventures where I release all of that pressure, I think just keep me grounded more than anything. But what's different now, and I don't know if maybe this is because I now do this for a living, so I live in this world of landscape photography and I must get good photographs all the time. I'm very intentional about it. So I actually think, yep, today I'm going out on one of those outings, perhaps I should give it a name, where I just don't care. I'm sticking local. I'm not travelling up to the mountains or anything. If I leave without any photographs at all, I really don't care. And honestly, I think it's such a brilliant mindset to have, even if, like me, you just do it every now and again. I'd love to know, actually, down in the comments, do any of you do this, like, intentionally? You know, maybe it's every single time you go out. Maybe it's just every now and again, like me, where you just think, oh, bugger it, man, I'm just going to go out. What will be today. If I don't get anything, I don't care. Right, there we go. We came from up that way, up that little path there, and we were supposed to have cut across down here. But yeah, it should be a lovely little walk, and I'm also hoping to get up here into a little village as well, and just maybe photograph the village a little bit, you know. Like I said before, not just focus on landscapes and these woodlands and stuff like that. Just photograph, really, whatever catches my eye. Just making sure that I'm keeping an eye on the map, because I've got to cut through. See the purple lines are the actual roads, and I'm cutting through on this path here, and there's the village there. You can see where it's a little bit more built up, so yeah, it's a bit of a maze through this woodland, so I've got to keep an eye on this. I think amongst many things, one thing that I really love about coming out on these sorts of adventures where you've just got a bit of a free mindset is just the fact that it takes me back to the why, back to basics. You know, why did I pick up a camera in the first place? And it's all so simple. There's nothing complicated, there's nothing complex about it. It's just, it was an excuse to get outside and enjoy a walk and hopefully come home with one or two nice little rewards on my memory card, you know. But when I first started out, again, you know, I'd love to hear your opinions on this. I don't know if it's more just because I'm doing this for a living, but when I first started out, I didn't care that much. You know, I didn't care if I came back with 0 photographs, because ultimately I just wanted to enjoy the process of taking photographs or trying to take photographs at the start. And yeah, all in all, I'd just love to know if any of you lot really relate with that, you know, which I'm assuming you're going to relate with that, because I think for most of us, and I say this a lot on this YouTube channel, I really mean it. Sometimes I don't believe it, I don't feel it, but the photographs are secondary. They are a reward that you get on your memory card. I think I just used that term, and I do really believe in that. This comes first, the process. If the photographs are rubbish, fine. If the photographs are good, it's a bonus. So yeah, like I said before, I think I'm only shooting with my little OM5 today. So in this bag, all I've got literally is, of course, my OM5, my Panasonic Leica 12-60. Look at that, my camera's on. This is like a new one that's been happening recently. Oh, maybe I'm being too rough when I'm putting it in the bag. Yeah, 12-60 Panasonic Leica, and my 7-14mm wide-angle lens, which I took out of the bag and then put in at the last second, because I don't know if I'm going to use the wide-angle lens. But look, in the bag there's a little space for it, you know, so I always just lob it in there. And yeah, and then in this, oh, they dropped my cloth. In this front section here, pretty nice little spot. I've just got that black box is a couple of extra batteries for my video camera that's filming right now, and then the batteries there that are almost falling out, so I'm glad I've opened that. That's a couple of extra batteries for my OM5. By the way, down in the video description, there'll be a link to my gear page over on my website, where I list all of my gear that I use to take photographs, of course, my gear that I use to take videos, and even a lot of my outdoor gear that I use as well, and that I swear by. And you know, even the gloves that I mentioned will be on there, things like that. So if you're interested, yeah, it's all over on my website, and I'll leave a link down below. All right, I think it's about time we try and find something to photograph. Oh, it's really nice, that is, isn't it? Something quite, I don't know, like quite pastoral about it, isn't it? Like, feels like it's tucked away, really nice and rural. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, I've gone completely the wrong way, but at least I know I need to go this way. Oh, I know where I am now. Oh, this is lovely, isn't it? I would love to know from yous lot, if you enjoy this sort of content. You know, I know it's different from my kind of normal out in the mountains landscape photography, really different in fact, but I mean, I really enjoy it. It's something different. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? But yeah, let me know in the comments, please, whether or not you like it, if you enjoy it, if you enjoy the change of scenery, the change of pace, or if it's not for you. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? In fact, this video will be coming out on Boxing Day, so look at that. Merry Christmas to you all. I hope yous have had a good day wherever yous are. If you don't celebrate it, oh, I hope you've had a good day anyway. Oh, I like this motorhome. See, look, I feel like I'm in, I don't know, like a bit of a flow with it now. Yeah, happy with that. I just love it. And this is it, when you get into that flow, and it goes back to what I was talking about earlier, it's very much a flow that comes from a place of freedom, a lack of care. Honestly, I really mean that. It's like I'm snapping photographs of frigging motorhomes and little quaint cottages that, to be honest, I would usually walk past and look at and think, oh, that's nice, but I wouldn't bother taking a photograph of. And yeah, I don't know, I just think there's something really lovely about that you almost become a little bit more open-minded. Honestly, it's brilliant. Whereas I think sometimes, and this is quite a funny take on it, but I feel like sometimes I might be a bit of a snobby photographer. I'm snobby. I'm not getting my camera out unless I'm, 75% sure, 90% sure that it's worth getting it out for a specific photograph, Are you a snobby photographer like that? But yeah, it gives you a bit of freedom from all of that, doesn't it? Right, I know up here that there's a good coffee shop that I haven't actually tried yet. I know it's a good one because it's a new one in this area that some of my friends own, actually, and I've been to the other ones and it's lovely. So that's next on the agenda. Now, I've definitely photographed this before, just this little cottage here. You can see, I think, just a little slither of the waters of Morecambe Bay there as well. I don't know, it's really nice, isn't it? But I'm going to take it again because, I really like that. I really like my editing style now with these sorts of images, which I've never known what to call them. Documentary, photographing man-made things rather than being out in the mountains or in the woods. And yeah, just that kind of very low contrast, muted colours, almost a bit of a film style to it. I love that. I really like it. I feel like you can get really creative with it. So that's why I'm taking a photograph of it again. Right, let's hope this coffee shop's open.
Tuesday night's like proper big on employing people that,
Alright, so that was class. I've had my coffee, I had a croissant as well, and my mate was working, so I was in there for ages, probably a bit too long, over an hour I think. So now I must get back into the swing of the photography, but what a place to do it. This is beautiful. So this is a nice little cut through these fields, and eventually we should get down to the beach, onto the coast, and tide's looking like it's fairly in. Don't know if you can see off there in the background. I think it might actually be on the way out, but either way, it's a beautiful little spot, and we'll keep the eyes peeled, and of course, low pressure, no pressure. Actually, that looks kind of nice there, does it? Let's grab a shot here. Yeah, that's quite nice. So we're looking back towards Grange there, on the other side of Morecambe Bay, Grange over Sands, and it's pretty nice. Beautiful dry stone walls, actually. Look at this, I think that's really cool. Looking back to Heysham over there, that strip there, it's only kind of 1:45 in the afternoon and it almost looks like sunset back there. That's really strange. I was thinking of taking a photograph here, but I don't know, I was going to do maybe a bit of a square crop like this, but it's very left hand heavy, you know, I don't think it's quite going to work. So, to be honest with you, I couldn't really get down the shoreline, so I've had to come back the way that I came from. It was just a bit sloppy and, well, a bit dangerous really. It's quicksand, it's kind of mud flats, you know, so at the very best it would have just been an unpleasant walk down the coast. So I'm back on the streets, not too far from the car, but I'm going to try and go back a bit of a different way and try and stick to a little bit more of a man-made route. The roads, the houses, the cottages, and hopefully try and find something else to photograph on the way back to the car. No, you know what? The old stop at the coffee shop ruined me. That's what it was. I got too chilled out there and just enjoyed relaxing too much. Like I said, I think it was more than an hour. That was me done. The motivation was gone, but plays in well to the whole idea of this video. Not bothered. I've enjoyed it for what it has been. Nice and short. Few little nice snaps. Got to see my mate. Decent. But anyway, I'm getting back into the car now and I'm going home. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your little Christmas period or whatever. And I suppose I don't know if I'll see you before New Year, but if not, you all know how much I appreciate you and your support. And thank you so much for your support in 2024. It's been incredible. And yeah, here's to next year. So thank you so much. And I'll see you on the next adventure. Out.